your percussion setup,
Yes.
how much stuff do you have? Do you have less in some situations, or what is your typical setup
There
for
there
being some bands?
there's the sort of when I'm doing pop setup, and then
Yeah.
when I'm doing more of a sort of like which I don't do a lot of anymore, but like more like singer-songwriter acoustic vibe, right? The My setup is kind of like my drums, very, very standard. I like, for my drum set, I have one up, one down, ride, two crashes, hi-hat. That's it. I
Hmm.
have some little things that I feel are kind of like quirks, but nothing major. In percussion, it's very typical. Congas, bongos, timbales, chimes, a mounted tambourine, ideally two mounted tambourines, and a table with a vast assortment of shakers,
Yeah.
four or five, and five or six different tambourines that depending on the artist, there are some artists that don't, frankly, they don't care what you play.
Oh,
And there are artists like Miley that want to know every single thing that you play. And it's the greatest thing to
really?
know. Oh yeah, she's the first rehearsal I ever did. She walked up to me, um, and she said hello. She knew each other,
Hmm.
and she's like, "Oh my God, I like all this stuff. Can you show me kind of what they do?" So I took, this is the red shaker, this is the blue shaker, this is the yellow shaker, this is the red tambourine, the black tambourine, and she was like, "Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right, okay, noted. Okay." And then later in the rehearsal, she'd be like, "Can you try that with a yellow tambourine or whatever, the yellow shaker instead?" And be like, "Oh, I like that more." And so I would write that, like, okay. So I was in her ears all the time.
Yeah.
It was just amazing, dude. She loves percussion. I haven't played with her in a couple of years, but every time we played, we would be playing or rehearsing or playing, and she would hear me do something that she likes, and she would stop singing and like turn around and be like, "Fuck yeah," and then keep singing.
Oh,
Like in the
really?
middle of a show. Yeah, it was like the most surreal shit. Um,
Oh,
so my when you ask the setup, I think it's important for sort of toot my own horn, and I know a lot of us are this way. You as well. That's why you work so much. You can't have your setup and expect to work unless you are a Tony Royster that you get called to be Tony Royster.
yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
set up for whatever the people need,
Yep.
they can afford in backline, what you own,
Hmm.
what can be transported at any given time. But as long, in my opinion, as you don't skimp out and you don't compromise the music because you're afraid to make one more trip to and from your car, or
Yeah.
because it's a pain in the ass to load a 22-inch bass drum, but so then you play with 18-inch bass drums all the time. That sucks. I
Yeah.
think that's the most insulting, self-disrespecting thing ever. It's like when you
Yeah.
compromise because of room, or
Yeah.
how annoying it's going to be to carry some shit. You got to do,
Yeah.
if you have it and you need it, do
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
my setup is very standard, precisely because if I need to do a gig and I don't have a djembe here or a mounted cajon or this or that, I still need to do the gig.
Yeah.
One last thing, I know you're not asking me about this. I talk a lot. I my setup is directly related always to two things. Aside from the logistics and if it's backline or it's my own shit, it's where I'm on stage
Yeah.
and where the drummer is.
Mm.
I need to look at the
Cool.
drummer for cues all the time,
Yeah.
right? And depending on the gig, if I find myself playing mostly uh, whatever instrument, shakers or tambourines, for example, I have more freedom to move around and see stuff, right?
Hmm.
If I have a gig where for whatever reason I'm playing a lot of timbales, right, and I'm set up stage left, and the timbales are on my left, and everybody's behind me all the time, and I'm playing timbales a lot,
Yeah.
I need to switch it so the timbales are on my right side so I can see people all the time, since that's what I'm playing the most.
Yeah.
So a lot of where I put the stuff that I put it has to do with how much of it I'm using on stage, where I'm on the stage itself, and where the drummer is.
Mm.
I don't
That
want to.
makes sense.
I
That
don't
makes
want to
sense.
give my back to the, because then you're playing and you're looking behind you
You're
for a
right.
cue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and with bands like with Miley and even the Jonas Brothers before, we do have cues on our on our ears, but it's not like every bar that you hear a lot of these guys that put up their videos on Instagram, and it's like everything is like chorus and blah blah blah. No, we
Yeah.
have like, yeah, enjoy the music, play them and learn the music.
Yeah.
Obviously there's a
Yeah.
caveat to that. There's church gigs and sub gigs and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, so I need visual representation at all times of where we are on a grid as far as the show, the people, looking at the artist, looking at other people. I need to be present as much as possible. And
Mm.
this is a little inside baseball, but when you play with like famous pop artists who have a fervent fan base,
Hmm.
you need to also be aware of bad shit being able to happen to them. Or
Mm.
you as a metal fan with Ice, dude, like
Right.
there are people that might jump on stage. So you want to look at all times, if you can, at what you're at the crowd, not just to
Exactly.
enjoy the crowd having fun playing a song or whatever, but just to observe. And if you play with female pop musicians that are stalked 24/7,
Mm.
you know, you want to make sure that you try to see as much as possible. So
Yeah.
this is not like one of the things that I always do, but
Yeah.
it definitely helps being aware for emergency situations. I like being aware of as much as I can all the time. So again, the instruments that I play the most have my most attention, and they should always face where most of the energy goes toward,
Yeah.
visually.
Dude, thank you for explaining that, man,
Of
because
course,
I
man.
never thought about to ask that question
Mm,
like that.
mm.
Dude, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, thank you, man.
No, thank you for even just sharing that with us, man. Thank you.
Of course.
Um, Man, there was another question, of course, and I keep on showing this off.
Well, yeah, yeah, as you should. Let's go.
Um,
Yeah.
who do you endorse with?
I have I'm a Zildjian artist. I've been a Zildjian artist for a long time.
Woo, you
Since
are you
what's that?
with Kirsten?
I am with Kirsten. That's my goat. I love her. Love her. She's been so
Yes.
generous. I mean, I have all those, she's been unbelievable, a great
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
um, phenomenal mother as well
Yes.
of amazing children.
She
So
is.
I've been with Zildjian since 2017 or so.
Right.
Uh, Latin percussion. All my percussion is LP.
Mm,
Absolutely
yes.
love them. Jerry and Derek Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Um, I use Remo drum heads. Shout
Mm,
out to Roger Johnson.
yeah. Roger.
Uh, what a great drummer and what a great gigging drummer. And
Oh, he's a
I,
funny dude.
oh, he's hilarious. Ultimate ears, in ears. I do Vader. Vader is the brand that I've used the longest. I just posted about it. I've been
Chad.
using Chat is the best. And I would love talking about football, and it's a fellow Patriots fan.
Oh,
Chad was the first artist. Sorry, signed me to my first artist deal ever
oh,
in like
really?
2009 through with Richie, and actually before, because they were Boston based. This guy Dana
Mm,
Spellman that used to work at Vader,
yeah.
or with Chad, played with Sharon in a The Who tribute, and he
Okay.
recommended me and stuff. So I've been a Vader artist for 16 years or so.
Dude,
Yeah, which is
that's
amazing.
awesome.
Roland as well.
Nice.
And I think I might be forgetting some. Oh, SE Electronics, amazing mics.
Nice.
And last but not least, I
Yeah.
just became a few months ago a DW endorser. So shout out to
Yeah.
Jules and shout out to Vega and shout out to the Lombardi, Chris
Yes.
Lombardi, like it. Everybody,
Yes.
it was Chris is a great guy too. So yeah, man, I'm very fortunate to have all the support of all these brands that are amazing, and
Mm,
we hear all the time about like, oh, you find your voice and you got to do that. Yeah, dude, it's great finding your voice when you can ask Chad to send you 7 different models,
yeah.
but a lot of us didn't at one point and don't. So
True.
we have to kind of keep things in perspective of people that are listening to this. They're like, all these guys have all these things and they can try finally find my stick. Yeah, I know. And I know it's hard when you only have $100 in your bank account. You're not
Yeah.
gonna buy, oh, let me have the fatback 3A and then also the no, just get whatever, like just whatever you can afford. That's what you can afford, and that's
Bored.
okay. It's like social media puts so much pressure on
Oh.
us. Um,
Mm.
on us like that are seasoned. Imagine these kids coming up
Oh.
that feel all this pressure. I do not envy that, and
Yeah.
um it's so hard. That's why I'm so happy with like Tosh, for example, and kids like that,
Oh.
Daniel Fang, and these like unbelievable drummers that are young but seem to have like circumvented the whole bullshit of social media, and they're just their own selves, and
Yeah.
you know I love that for them that they kind of are unscathed. But yeah, social media, it's you know it's hard. But anyway,
Yeah.
GW, shout out to all of them, and much love. I truly
Yeah.
appreciate all of that.
Great company, man. Great company. And guys over at Roland and LP.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
like, man, you got an SE, man. I haven't tried those yet, so
Awesome
yeah.
mics. I do a lot of recording here at home for
Yeah.
myself and some projects here and there. Like I did a entire Weezer album.
Oh,
I did percussion for a Weezer record, and I used the it's called the V7, which is essentially, well, actually, I did a lot of this on this with this microphone. Actually, that album I did with only this mic.
really?
It's called a Dynacast. Yes, I
Okay.
did all of it with this. Um, because I remember because I this was a very noisy mic stand and I had to tape it all up. Um, but yeah, the whole record I did with this. It's called the Seasons record. It was kind of like a um, 4 album project that they had, like a 4 album cycle, which was like summer, winter, spring, and fall or whatever, autumn. And I did that. But yeah, SE, that's all I used on that record. One mic for the entire thing to do congas, bongos, shakers, timbales, chimes.
Wow.
Sitting here in this same chair with
All
this same
right.
microphone with a Scarlett interface,
Yeah.
the whole thing. So SE super reliable. I've never had an issue with any of their stuff, and I do have the drum pack as well. So whenever I record drums, that's what I use as well.
Dude, that's sick.
You should check them out, man. They're awesome.
I I need to. I
Yeah,
need to. And I already talked to them because the Dell guys were with SE, and I was like, I've been saying it for a whole year now. And I talked to the dude, and I forgot his name.
Tony.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I talked to him last year, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to hit you up. I'm going to hit you up." And I never did. I need
yeah.
to hit him up.
You should. Yeah, awesome guy, and also these companies offer a lot of education and support. They don't just give you stuff.
Yeah.
If you anybody ever has the privilege and joy to walk into Zildjian in LA and you talk to Kirsten,
Hmm.
she's the cymbal whisperer. You
Yes.
tell her, "Hi, I'm looking for this and this and that. That kind of sounds like this. That might sound like this, but with this kind of wash, and it sounds like this, and it feels like this on the stick." She's like, "Okay, have a seat," and she'll pull up 3 cymbals, and the first choice is always the one that you take home, and then the other ones are equally as great. But she can read your mind, she can read your ear. It's the craziest thing, and a lot of these artist reps are so much there for you to offer support and to
Yeah.
educate you and to support you. Like I said, and they're not just give you stuff and you
Hmm.
don't just buy stuff. There's a relationship there that should be embraced and respected and
Yeah.
nurtured. And I'm lucky that all of the people in those brands are just amazing human beings that I would hang out with them. And if they all left the companies, I would probably think about leaving the company as well because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, then what's the point? I mean, I
Yeah.
know that things are great, but shit, I love you guys too much. I don't want to deal with anybody else.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, I've done it. But that's just it is all about the artist relations, right there, so
Absolutely.
I totally get that. Hey, did you know that we have a website, Talk Music Podcast with Will Doshi Jr.? We got all kinds of stuff on there, man. Check it out. Got some cool swag on there, like a sweatshirt or a hoodie or a coffee mug. Man, if you can just go on there and just check it out and see what you think. Um, man, it would help me out, you know. But yeah, check out the gear. Hope you like it and support Talk Music Podcast with Will Dorsey Jr. Thanks.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, eRecord Studio, the new way musicians rehearse, record, and share their e-record sessions on social media. Visit ERS on eRecordStudio.com. Download this amazing app on Google and Apple Apps stores.
Visit us on www.talkmusicpodcast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download our podcast on Apple, Google, Amazon, and Spotify.